Hi folks, and welcome to a video which I personally am very excited to be making. This is about something that myself and a few others have been working on quietly in the background, and we're now ready to start moving forward. Now, since I started creating content for YouTube in February 2019, I've become more and more involved in trying to offer help and assistance to people who feel that they've been wronged in some way by those in authority. Now, some of my videos are educational, where I try to explain what's happened, how it may be wrong based on the law, and what I would do in those similar situations, in the hope that some people may find that information useful. Other videos on my channel are of reports of articles in the papers or on the news, where I am simply trying to get as many people as possible to see what is happening in the real world, so that others may try and better protect themselves from similar situations and to try and hold people to account. And more recently, you would have seen myself, Current Climate and Herbert Longrod travel to Leeds to meet Marty Blagborough, Davey Human Rights, Paul Lowe and the Real Community Watchdog, because the Real Community Watchdog had been discriminated against and assaulted by Leeds City Council and their security.
Reasonable and proportionate, eh? Why are you just standing there? Excuse me. This is going to get worse. Calm yourself down. Do you want to get your hand off me? Do you want to take your hand off me?
Our goal here was quite simple. It was to conduct a peaceful protest and simply ask for answers. Now, the council, the security and even West Yorkshire Police all failed miserably that day in their duties and actually allowed most of us to be assaulted, for which we are now following up with complaints and claims. Now, myself, Current Climate and Herbert Longrod decided at this point that we could actually try to help make a difference on a much larger scale. And that is exactly what we're working on right now. And many of you who watch our videos comment and tell us that you wish you could do the same, that you wish you could help, that you wish you had the courage to do it yourself, or that you yourself have been a victim of somebody in authority trampling over your human rights and your rights to carry out lawful legal activities. You're using the calm and informative approach that you've seen from myself, Current Climate and Herbert Longrod use on multiple occasions dealing with these types of people, trying to intimidate and force their opinions on us. We have decided as a group to offer our services where possible to those who need it. Now, we're not talking about going and causing trouble. We're talking about demanding answers in a calm and lawfully disruptive manner, so that these people understand that we will not accept the abuse of power that they think they can enforce on us. We all believe strongly in free press, freedom of expression, and all other rights that are bestowed upon us when we are born and as citizens of this country. The same rights that the establishment are slowly trying to take away from us. And without people standing out and standing up to this misjustice, they will continue to erode until we truly are living in a police state. Part one of our plan is to be able to provide a free service, so to speak. We know that it's incredibly difficult for one person to stand up and fight against an organisation. And so, as a group, we want to be able to start travelling to locations and offering our assistance, our knowledge to those who need it to demand the answers they're entitled to, and to show that we will not be intimidated or abused by those in a position of authority who are acting outside of the very law they are supposed to enforce. And part two of our plan is to set up a funding mechanism based on pledges and donations from the public. This will not only allow us to be able to travel to locations to help people out, but also in some circumstances, it will enable us to offer financial assistance to those who have been wronged and cannot afford to fight back. This simply means that rather than facing a prospect of losing your home to pay for court costs if your case loses, you may, if eligible, be able to access funds from the funding to help fight your good fight. Now, this will of course be based on certain criteria as to whether somebody is allocated any of the funding, because of course our pockets would not be as deep as the police or the CPS, who, as we all know, are happy to use our own money to fight us in court. Current Climate has been extremely busy in the background, reaching out to some high-profile public figures who openly advocate exactly what we're trying to achieve, of which some have been asked to become trustees, meaning that Current Climate, Herbert Longrod, or myself are not solely responsible for any decision making or any fund allocations. And we are very confident that at least one of these high profile public figures will come on board and help us in this much needed cause. Now, all we're simply asking is that if you, as a subscriber, as a believer, or as an advocate yourself of our human rights, to please consider pledging something small towards the fund so that we can really start to push this forward and come together as a group of dedicated rights advocates to fight back against the authoritarian establishment and to stand up for you, the people who need our help the most. Now, on behalf of Current Climate, Herbert Longrods and myself, Police Abusing Powers, thank you for your support. Links to our GoFundMe account page can be found in the description.